This is just fictional story. It's imaginary. Watch at your own risk. No copyright intended. I only own the storyline, editing, and maybe voiceover if I have to. Deeply sorry for the grammatical errors or any mistakes. This is just purely for entertainment purposes. Thank you. You can mute the video if you only want to peacefully reading.
The couple spending time together here, watching movies from the past 2 hours. They've been dating for more than 3 years, and 2 weeks ago, they got engaged. The man wanted her to move permanently in his house since a year they started dating, but his girl only agreed after they officially engaged, so before that, he usually pick her up from her parents' place to spend time with her, and will take her back before 10. Maybe sometimes keep her longer. Of course, with her parents' permission. But then after they got engaged and finally lived together, it's like a dream come true for him, able to spend 24/7s with her, and he can't wait for the time they finally get married next 2 months. He smiles and came back to his senses when he heard her soft voice, making him look down at her as she leaned her head on him before, and now looking up at him before speaking. "I want a strawberry shake." He smiled more and nodded. "I'll go make it," he said and was about to get up, but she stopped him. No, I will make it myself. I was about to ask if you want it too." He shook his head. "No, but it's okay. I will make it for you." "No, I want to make it myself the way I want it." He chuckled. Couldn't help after hearing her cute voice. "Alright, but don't take too long. I'll miss you." She then laughed and playfully, "That's so cringe." "I don't care. I tell the truth." She scrunched her nose and he shook his head. "Go before I change my mind." She giggled and immediately escaped from him before running to the kitchen. He watched her before looking back at the big screen, pausing the video so his fiancé won't miss any scenes, before he started playing with his phone. But in less than a minute, at the corner of his eyes, he catches the light coming from his fiancé's phone that she placed on the table. He looks at it and realizes that there's someone calling her. He then read the name that displayed on the screen. "Daniel." He furrows his eyebrows. Who called her at this time? At first he was about to call his fiancée, but after reading the name, he stopped himself. It's obvious, a man's name. He looked away and again looked at his phone. Not caring about it, though deep down, he actually feels slightly annoyed that another man called his fiancée. That too at this time. And when the call stopped because no one answered it, he focused again on his phone. But then he looked at it again when the same name popped up, calling his fiancée again. Who's this Daniel guy? He then flipped over her phone so he won't see it again, before again looking at his phone. He actually wasn't the possessive or easily jealous type, but knowing another man calling his fiancée at almost midnight, making him kinda annoyed and curious about this Daniel guy. "I'm back." He blinked his eyes and looked up at her before slowly smiling. "Wanna try?" She moves the glass closer to him, and he slightly smirks before trying the strawberry shake. He wait for her patiently on the bed. After they finished the movie, they both walked upstairs to their room. But the moment his fiancée looked at her phone, She excused herself and told him that she needed to call someone. Of course, he tried to stop her, but she said it's important. And then, he didn't let her go before she told him who she wanted to call at this time. And when she told him who she needed to call, he felt a bit relieved. It's only her colleague. Stop overthinking. He sighed and waited for her. But then after about 10 minutes, she still didn't come, making him curious about their conversation. And when he was about to get up and find her, suddenly the bedroom's door opened. He sighed seeing her walking inside. "Why you take so long?" She smiled awkwardly and walked closer to him. "Sorry, work-related. Should have talked about it at the office." She joined him and slowly hugged him. "Sorry, let's sleep now." He sighed and nodded. After a few seconds, his fiancée looked up at him, and he's staring back down at her. She then, making him slowly, smiled. "Good night." He hugged her. "Good night, love. I will pick you up tomorrow from work." She nodded. "Sure." "You got his information?" "Yes. Want to read it yourself, or want me to read it for you?" He sighed and leaned back on his chair. "Just read it, James. I don't want to say his name." James chuckles and nodded before looking down at his laptop. "Daniel William, born in LA, no need for that. Just tell me who he is." James raised his hands in surrender. Okay, calm down, sorry." The man in front of him sighed and rolled his eyes. "He worked in the industry since only 2 months ago, and looking at his face, he actually good looking." And James instantly regrets that after he looked up at his boss's face. He is glaring at him. I mean, just a bit, not like so handsome. He stopped himself before clearing his throat. He is an introvert and seems like he don't have many friends. And that's it. The rest is his achievements in school, and I don't think you want to hear that. He looked up at his boss again, but he found him in deep thought. "You need something else?" He gulped when he looked up at him again. "You said he is an introvert. Are you sure?" James nodded. "Yes, he don't have many friends and moved schools many times too." "Okay, you can go." James nodded, though he still felt kind of confused with his boss's attitude. And after James left the room, the man clenched his hands. What introverted calling his new female colleague at late night? He poked his inside cheek in annoyance. The man drove to his fiance's office because it's time for her to go home. He tried to forget about her so-called colleague, but it still makes him a little annoyed. 10 minutes later, he stopped the car in front of Min Company before taking his phone out, calling his fiancée. And after a few rings, finally she answered him. "Are you done?" He stopped when he heard his fiance's voice cutting his words. But what she said instantly makes him angry. "Daniel, I told you I will come to your office first tomorrow morning. Don't worry." He clenched his phone. Daniel, hearing his fiancée calling him with other man's name, making him so much angry. He clenched his hand more before he said something, his voice husky and deep. "Come outside right now, I'm waiting." He then cut the call without waiting for her to say something again. And then he threw his phone on the passenger seat carelessly. She furrows her eyebrows before she looked at her phone's screen. And the moment she realized that the one calling her is her fiancé and not Daniel, her eyes widened. Oh no, why I didn't look at the caller ID first. She closed her eyes, realizing what she just did. Because of Daniel calling me just right when he left his house. I thought it was him again. Why did I feel nervous? Like something will happen. She take a deep breath before she hold her little bag. Let's just go. He must be waiting. She tried to open the passenger seat door, but she furrowed her eyebrows when she couldn't open it. She sighed, thinking her fiancé probably angry and make her sit on the back. She then slightly pouted before she moved back and tried to open the backseat door. And she pouted more when it's opened. Really? She sighed again before she got inside. Didn't even look inside the car first. And the moment she closed the door back and was about to turn to her fiancé and say something, suddenly, because before she could even look at him, he was already right next to her on the passenger seat. And she closed her eyes and sighed. And she was about to say something more. But and she instantly realized that he is angry. I didn't accept that. I can't accept that. I will make sure you will only remember my name. This time she knows what is he up to. Far more than that. And realizing this guy seems like he won't listen to her. She only could let him. And this is extremely exciting anyway. Won't let this side of him just disappear. So she tried to keep up. An hour later, she stared at his face who tidying up himself. And she slightly smirked before saying something. Don't worry about Daniel. Her fiancé instantly glared at her when she said that name. She smirked more. He is one of my classmates' little brother from LA. My friend asked me to help him with his first job. her fiancé slightly rolling his eyes and look away. You sure he don't have other intentions? She chuckles. Why would he? First, he is almost 7 years younger than me. Second, he is a shy little boy in my eyes. He barely can make friends alone, so I want to help him. Her fiancé then remembers what his secretary said. I accidentally call you with his name because he called me before you. Want to keep reminding me that tomorrow is his first time doing presentation alone in front of the boss and the clients. So he want me to help him in the morning before the boss come to make sure he did good. His fiancé slowly looking at her again. And by the way, Daniel knows that I'm engaged. His blinked his eyes. He even said he want to come if I invite him to our wedding, but I still didn't tell him the date. She smiled and moved closer to him because tidying his still messy hair. Don't be jealous of that boy. She stared at his eyes. How can I even like him if my fiancé is looking like this? She wiggling her eyebrows and the man looked away. Trying to not smile. You're blushing. Stop it. Not before you give me a hug. He closed his eyes before he immediately pulled her in a hug, making her laugh. And then she heard him whispering, I'm sorry. It's okay, love. But he then smirked after hearing what she said next. What if I can't come to office tomorrow because of what you did? He then said something, still not breaking the hug. Don't worry, you can rest at home tomorrow. She furrows her eyebrows. But I need to. I will help that guy. She smiled, slightly teasing him. But it seems like he could read her mind. Don't say his name. It still annoys me. And she started to laugh again,